Why?
Here we go. Good morning, everybody. It is, yes, well, it's kind of like grey and rainy Friday here in the UK. I like to say hello to Andrew. He's in Romania. He's a missionary and he lives in Romania at the moment. And I'm glad you're kind of listening out there in Romania. Thank you so much. Anyway, I have got Monica with me. Hello, Monica.
Hello, hi Steve, thank you.
Thank you. Brilliant. Tell everybody a bit about yourself. And do you come from? Tell everybody about yourself.
Absolutely. I'm a coaching conversationalist. I have a PhD in self-esteem. I specialize in helping people elevating their level of self-esteem, deal with anxiety, with the fear of creating changes due to low level of self-esteem, due to toxic environments, various trauma from past, from early childhood. And also, I help people overcome the struggles created by toxic environment. Could be at work with a colleague, with the boss, could be on a personal level, or someone from the family. So basically, what happens? Everything starts, and the base is starts with our level of self-esteem. Because if we don't have a good, healthy sense of worthiness, then we are never gonna make the changes. We are never gonna take the steps that we need, that we want, that we need actually, in order to create or achieve whatever everyone wants to achieve, because everybody has a different path, a different journey. We do function, however, the same. We do function the same, but we perceive hostility, adversity, situation completely different. And while this is very common, more common than we think, people try to hide the fact that they have a low self-esteem, like something it's shameful, something that however something that they make them vulnerable, they make them weak, you know. So this is what I come in this is what I come, this is what I show up. I help women, I help the youngest generation, 21, 20, basically 20, early 20 to 30, and also remarkable professional women aged 30 to 50, to overcome the struggle, to get out of from their mind that they are the only one that goes that deals with this kind of situation, to overcome their personal fears, to overcome the nightmare that they are going through, instead of the struggles, overcome all this situation, and create lasting changes that can sustain their professional life, their intimate life, their personal life, and their personal journey.
What is self-esteem?
Self-esteem is overall the opinion one person have about um, themselves, herself, himself. You know, the overall opinion you have about yourself, how what you think um, your sense of self-worthiness, and basically, yes, in one phrase, the overall opinion you have about yourself. The inner conversation, the self-talk shows the level of decides and shows the level of your self-esteem. So basically, that is what is self-esteem, the overall opinion you have about yourself.
Brilliant. So, what is low self esteem?
Low self-esteem is when low self-esteem is basically when you think you are not good enough, when you think you are not you don't deserve certain things, you are not capable of understanding or learning or adjusting, or you don't deserve love, you don't deserve a job or a salary increase, you are less than somebody else that you can possibly compare with yourself, or less than anyone else. But the opinion differs. I mean, the opinion you have about yourself, the level of low self-esteem differs from one person to another. But basically, it's when you think you are not good enough. Overall, you are not good enough, you can't make it, you don't deserve. That's a low self-esteem. When you are in a constant, you are at work, for example, because I had people I work, and this instance comes from an experience with someone I work. But I went through 30 years ago, I went through, I mean, when you are 20, you kind of believe you can make it. But the more you go through the hiring process to getting jobs and everything, your level of self-esteem can decrease. But also, like I said, I have an instance when someone continuously take out of her time to do things and tasks that she don't want, or she or he don't want to do, don't want to complete, and it's not in their job description, but they do it as uh, people pleaser, because their level of self-esteem is low, and they don't trust that they can be respected, appreciated, or liked if they say no. So it's also it reflects by the fact that you are not uh, capable, able to say no when you, in fact, you want to say no, and you basically say no to yourself instead of saying no to someone who needs to be said no.
Right, okay. Is low self esteem a mental health problem?
Oh, no, I wouldn't say it's exactly, but can lead you to a mental health problem. I think everything that has to do with the mind goes to the mental dimension, but no, it's not a mental health problem. Low self-esteem.
Right,
It's not
okay.
something that you can't heal or overcome, or how to say, adjust. It's like you are adjusting sail. Once you adjust your level of self-esteem, it's like you are adjusting the sail of a sailing boat, and you can just sail your life the same way. It's just a comparison, a metaphor.
Right, okay. Um, what's it like to have low self esteem anyway? What is it like?
To uplift, you mean?
Yeah, yeah. What is it like to have low self esteem?
To have a low self-esteem, you
Yeah,
you end up having a very poor night's sleep, you end up being stuck in a job, you feel anxious, you feel a constant stress, you feel more unhappy than happy, I would say. You need to either drink or take up on some what you call some kind of negative support in order to show up for yourself. Being a people pleaser also. So basically, you have poor nights. You basically overall you don't feel good about yourself. You are in the incapacity to basically relate healthy in a healthy way with other people, but also you can't lead a healthy relationship, being intimate or at work, and so on. So basically, it makes you, it cripples you, I would say. It keeps you blocked in a space that it doesn't serve you, and you feel that you are not living to your potential. You don't lead the life that you want for yourself. You also feel that you could make the change, but because your level of self-esteem is low, your level of self-confidence is low, you get into the anxiety toxicity kind of cycle. You end up just being unhappy and don't with the belief that you can't make it, that this is not for you, this is so you end up having all sorts of negative inner conversations.
Brilliant. Well done. How can I improve my self-esteem?
Definitely, it starts with being aware and being, how to say, smart about it. And I would say, being smart about it, the first step is to acknowledge, to confirm to your, yes, this is something I'm dealing with. And this started somewhere, and it's not okay. This is my problem. This is something I have to let all the fear of being seen, because also, and seek for help. This is the first thing. First of all, you admit it to yourself, because if you can't admit it to yourself, you can't reach for help, and you keep how to say, cruising around the internet, and you keep seeing other people doing well. You see your colleague, whatever, whoever, and you end up stuck in the same place because you don't want to admit, or if you admit, you are ashamed of doing something about it, or you are ashamed to speak up loud, to be seen as a person who deals with a low self-esteem. So this is a very difficult, and it's very difficult to come out there. I know, I've been there. I lost interviews, I lost relationships, I lost opportunities, jobs, all sorts of life-changing situation for me, positive life, because of low self-esteem, because lacking in self-confidence. And it starts with the self-esteem, and self-esteem is your overall thinking, and then it goes to the self-confidence, and self-confidence is the belief you have in your abilities to perform. So everything is in if the listener could see me 20 years back or 10 years back, I could go through an interview, through a simple job interview. I needed to be be people pleaser. I couldn't say no, and I would go on an interview, and although I knew my things, I couldn't show up for myself because my level of self-esteem was, oof, really low. So it starts
Yeah,
with
but
diagnosis.
if mm, but if you're kind of like pleasing people, surely that's kind of like it's not pleasing yourself because you're pleasing others, isn't you?
Yeah, it's the fact that you are saying no to yourself to say yes to other people, because of course we all like to be helpful. That's why I'm on this industry, in this domain, in this type of expertise. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. But we all want to be helpful, to serve, to please others. But being a people pleaser, it's a totally different story. And basically, what happens, you often, more often than not, you say no to yourself because you are constantly pleasing other people, and you you don't know how to say no, because you can't, because you are a people pleaser. And people who tend to say more yes to others than not when they need to, when it's healthy for them, they end up feeling even lower, on a lower vibration, and they end up being even more unhappy. But also, I mean, having a low self-esteem or not understanding what's going on, where anxiety come from, not accepting yourself fully, fully as you are, and not having a healthy level of self-confidence will affect your ability to go through adversity, to hostility, your ability to lead your family, or to lead a proper healthy relationship with your family, with your colleague, with your friends. Or you have someone who has a low level of self-esteem, but recognize it to themselves, and instead of taking an attitude, a healthy attitude, what they do, and believe it, it's out there. What they do, they become aggressive with others due to a law. They need to show up, they need to be listened more, and they bully other people around because of a low self level of self-esteem.
Okay, brilliant. How do we get an healthy self-esteem then? How do we make it more healthy?
It's reprogramming, understanding, acknowledging, because some people, they block what happened to them, and what this low self-esteem, and what type of environment have triggered that situation, that problem, that issue, that struggle. So basically, it starts with bringing back, being vulnerable, and bringing back exactly where it started, and then reprogramming. It's all about reprogramming, and it's also the, ensuring a mindset, building a mindset that can sustain your ability to uplift yourself, to increase your level of self-esteem, or and to reach. So basically, it's reprogramming. Once you understand what gets you to that, um, reprogramming, because what is changing your inner conversation, the way you talk about yourself, the way you think, first of all, about yourself. And there are some steps about how to go about this. And then also um, getting applying and getting new steps, new habits in your life, and also facing exactly what you fear. So getting you into that kind of hostility situation, and overcoming those situations.
Right, okay. And how can we get rid of the negative thoughts that's coming into our head? And
It's
looking,
it's Yes, yes. Sorry to interrupt you. Can I re-listen the question?
yeah, how can we get rid of the negative thoughts that's in our head?
That's a wonderful that's a good question. It starts with, because they are all hand in hand: self confidence, self esteem, self love. And to change your negative self talk, you have to feel good about yourself. And to feel good about yourself, you have to understand why you don't feel good about yourself, and to take on a step-by-step program on self-love and self-acceptance. So you can't just simply change the way you talk about yourself. Of course, you can take affirmations, which is another way, and one of the steps, the action steps. But if you do the affirmation and reprogramming without taking additional, first base steps, which is with understanding and tending to your capacity to love yourself. And there are
Right.
people, children who didn't feel loved. We see parents who have children that they wish they had, and they did everything possible. And we wish family that they plan their family, and they plan having children. And we see people, healthy normal people, that they simply end up getting married, having children. And there are plenty of children that they don't feel loved in a healthy way. They don't feel supported, and then they grow up as an adults, and then they don't know how to love themselves because also of the social media, whatever they see out there, uh, the picture they have in their heads, how to say, is influenced by the social media, the picture they have in their mind about how they should be, and then they start hating themselves even they had maybe a healthy childhood with lots of love from, so various reasons. But everything to answer, to replace your negative, obviously you replace your negative self-talk with a positive affirmation tailored just for your needs, for your trauma, according to your background and everything, and also working on your self love.
Right. Okay. So, what are the benefits of healthy self-esteem?
So the benefits of healthy level of self-esteem, having a healthy level of self-esteem, you, because we are the creator of our life. So if we look, we choose the high school we, at least in my country, we choose the high school we want to go according to our our desire, but we choose the university we go, the college we choose, then the job, because we choose for ourselves and we create our life, you know, we make choices for ourselves. Where if one of the benefit, it's you design a successful life for yourself. So you get a job you like, you do things that you like, you have a healthy intimate relationship, you can have a good healthy network, you can relate to other people. So you can stand for yourself, you are not afraid to be seen. So altogether you have a healthy lifestyle. So you know when to say no. You basically know how to organize yourself. You have enough time for yourself, enough time for the people you love. So only the benefits of having a healthy level of self-esteem. You basically you are able to ace an interview, to get a job that you want or you dream, to get into a relationship that you want. Because some people, because of the level of their self-esteem, their self-worthiness, they get stuck in jobs or in relationship they they despise or they don't like, they resent or whatever that they are unhappy with. So the reverse, it's exactly that.
Great. Thank you very much. How do you, if people want to contact you, how do they contact you?
I'm available on okay. I'm available on um, Facebook, like everybody else, Instagram. So basically, my concept is called Coaching Lives. My username is self esteem, because everything, in my personal opinion, and throughout my years of experience, personal experience, professional experience, and also through research, I find out that the base of everything starts with the level of self esteem. So they can find me on LinkedIn, Coaching Lives, Facebook, Coaching Live, Instagram, Coaching Live, or they can use Self Esteem. But Coaching Live basically for sure will take them to the right way to contact me.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for the day, Monica, for
Thank you.
joining me. That was very interesting.
Yes, yes. Thank you for having me and putting all this, how to say, putting all this time and effort, and also making this possible for people to listen to different people. You know, to can you put all this together and you make it happening for people to be able to find all. Also of help and support. Also, I want to mention my book, which is Unstoppable You, the basic of growing an anatomy of happiness. So in the book, also after every chapter, there is a page where it says your notes, and yeah, so the reader can have their notes of what they take out. And it's a book written with love, and it's meant nothing more than to show you that you can understand yourself, and you can be the person that you admire the most. And it's covering how to think about yourself, how to deal with the low self-esteem, also how to change your identity, the one that doesn't serve you, and how to understand fears and emotions. So it's a good read. It's an easy read because today world we don't have time as much as we want to read. So it's a easy, quick, and short read, and it's inspiring. It's helping.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. And what we'll do when we have another interview, we will definitely talk about your book. Anyway,
Absolutely, absolutely,
thank you.
absolutely. Thank you, Steve. Again, thank you for making this happening and putting all this your concept available for everybody. And wish you also all the best, and hope to see you next time soon. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.